Welcome to It Was All a Dream official podcast. I am your host, Ashley Greggins, and we are on episode 17. Today's guest is Kianna, and she is the owner of Kianna Makeup. Now, she started at 16 years of age, and the biggest thing that I took away from this episode is she's learned so young the importance of slowing down, taking your patience, and also just enjoying life, and it's not all about that hustle harder. I really enjoyed it, and I know you're going to love this episode. Welcome to the pod. It is fabulous to have you. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you so much.
How's your day been?
It's been fabulous. I've just been looking forward to this and getting ready.
You have been looking forward to it, haven't you? I
Yeah.
think you are the only one that hasn't messaged to say like you were nervous.
Really?
Yeah, but maybe because of some of the parts of the job that you do, maybe you're a little bit more used to it.
Yeah, well, I know Alicia, Chloe and Liv
Oh,
have done
okay.
the podcast, so I've watched theirs and I've been like, oh, it's fabulous.
Oh, that's good. Right, I'm dying to get into it because we have just done a little introduction on just how many fabulous things you've got going on, but just reel them off for me now and then we'll chip into each one of them.
Okay, so Kianna Makeup Artist do makeup and nails, bridal, weekend makeup, all that stuff. Then evolved in socials, doing like social media management, content creation, web development, and our new baby Social Sync with Alicia, who you done a podcast with. That's basically masterclasses and teaching other business owners how to make Instagram work for them, not the other way around.
Fabulous. And we are definitely going to get into that because there is so many tips and tricks. Anyone watching now, I know they've been like, okay, where do I find that? Where's that one? But I want to start with the makeup. So the makeup you've done since you were 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I started doing makeup probably when I was in like year 7 maybe, on myself. I just loved the way it made me feel, and it was kind of like a mask at first. I could literally just give myself all this confidence, and then slowly but surely I ended up really loving it. It was like an outlet for me. So I'd get up every morning, 6 o'clock, do all the big block eyebrows like I used to at that age. Oh God, when I look at pictures. But then I started doing my friends' makeup. So if we would go in the park or something, I'd say, let me do your eyebrows or let me put some makeup on you. And it just started from there. And it was actually in year 10 that I started my page because one of my friends said, why don't you just start a page? And I was like, I can't. Or people are going to judge me, or I just can't. And then I did. And then it just literally started from there.
And I'm so glad that you did because at such a young age like that, I mean, it must have been so intimidating even for your parents to allow you to go on social media at like that age and stuff, because I think it's getting worse obviously now than it was, but I'm glad that you did because I don't have children, but I've got a friend and their son wants to be a YouTuber. That's what you want to be when you're older, want to be a YouTuber. So she spoke to me and she was like, Ash, I don't know where to go with this. You're the only person that I can even half relate to it. It's such a like do a Lennon and thinking, and I was like, absolutely, but he has to learn coding, he has to learn IT, you have to like, there's so much behind it that is more like that. So it is good that the younger generation, as yourself, I mean, there's 10 years between us, but the younger generation, yous are getting on the social media and yous are getting savvy with it.
And you know what, when I left school, it was unheard of to become a makeup artist. Even I finished school probably 5-6 years ago, and even then it was unheard of to be a makeup artist because the avenues you go down is TV or film. Yeah. If you know what I mean. So when I said I want to be a makeup artist, I remember everyone, teachers, friends, family, they all said, are you sure? Like, how are you going to create a career? And I was just like, I'm just going to do it. And the only other people I could really look up to was like Clay Makeup, Laura Hitchen. They were like, and obviously Kate Hayes, they were like the people that I've seen, and they were the ones doing the makeup appointments of a weekend. It wasn't as popular as it is now. Whereas I speak to girls now, and they go, I want to be a makeup artist. And there's just that opportunity for them.
But it definitely is an art. It definitely is. There's more to it than just putting makeup on. I mean, like, I watch these, like, especially nowadays, because there's two ways of looking at it. You're an artist by putting the makeup on, but you're also an artist with that social media, them transitions and that. You are though, aren't you? It's definitely, you've definitely got this creative side to you. And it's so good that you're able to get that out of you and you're able to do like a job that you love.
Yeah.
And it is so like creative, because I cannot even put mascara on without getting hands with that. So it is fabulous for you to do it. So you do nails as well.
Yeah.
So is that to fill in the gaps? Because weekends is really, makeup is really weekends, isn't it?
Kind of. I just do it. I always do my own nails. Like, I'm quite lucky. I do my own everything.
Yeah.
So I do my mum's, do my sister's, and then I got some clients in the salon, and that's it basically. I don't really push it because I don't class myself as a nail tech. But when it comes to like Christmas and occasions and stuff, I have my regulars, but during them times, that's when I'd usually get like advertised, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's more the makeup, because the reason why, even when I was 16, the reason why I started doing makeup, because I just loved making people feel amazing. And like, there's no better feeling than when someone looks at themselves and they go, I'm ready to go out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the conversations you have with people, it's just, you are like a therapist and you just listen, and it's lovely just meeting so many lovely people. I'm quite fortunate. I only have lovely people that come to me.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very fortunate.
Well, I think you just like vibrate that, don't you? So I think they just cling on to you because you are a lovely girl yourself. The makeup side as well, because I was looking at your makeup last night when I was scrolling through doing some research on you, and it's stunning. Like, I do need to just get that out there. It is absolutely gorgeous, because you've got two ways that you're doing it. You've got that gorgeous soft glam down to a T. You really have. But then I've seen more where you are a bit more creative with like so what is your ideal client? Do you like them to be a bit more experimental and let you?
No, natural.
Okay.
If someone come to me and said, can I have a blue smoky eye? I'd be like, do you know who you've come to? And I'd actually say no. So maybe we could do a bit on the waterline, but I just love soft glam. I say I do bridal on everyone, because with bridal makeup, obviously there is different things that you do, but my makeup is like bridal makeup on people. So
no, it is. And your Instagram screens that then, because I knew I'm not like, I don't have like the words for makeup and stuff. It's not my industry, but I could see that soft glam was all over the page, and it's stunning. Gorgeous, because I like soft glam because I've got green eyes. So it goes
brown on you. Just say it.
You should have done my makeup before.
I should have. Next time.
Yeah, definitely next time. So, just keeping with the makeup thing, because I've been dying to say it.
Yeah.
So, Glastonbury, tell me about this.
Unbelievable. So it all started, I went last year and this year doing makeup. So it all started, I done Eurovision and TikTok with this company called In Your Dreams. They like not poached, they searched for people in Liverpool, because obviously Eurovision was in Liverpool last year, wasn't it? Yeah. And they were collaborating with TikTok, so TikTok flew over 100 influencers, and they just needed people who could do hair and makeup. So we basically was doing hair and makeup on these influencers.
What an opportunity, yeah.
I was doing this woman's makeup, she was lovely. Searched her up on TikTok, she had like 5 million followers. Oh my god, but she was lovely, like you just never know. Like, I never went to her head, do you know what I mean? But then, from then, me and my friend who actually worked in Darwin with, who done Eurovision with us, the woman said to us, do you want to do Glastonbury? And we were like, do we want to? Of course we do.
Absolutely.
So we went and we were doing hair and makeup. So we were just doing like styling on hair, which I'm okay, I don't offer it, but I can do hair. And it was just unbelievable, the people that we met. It was just, and we obviously got to go to
so you got to work, and obviously got to work in bands. You had to do a few hours and then do the festival.
Yeah.
What a dream.
What a dream. And we could wash our hair, dry it in the retreat, do our makeup.
So you with the girls, where you can book in, because my friend actually goes and gets her hair done every year.
So we're not it's like a private retreat for like celebrities
and
like special guests, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Well, I was doing Laura Whitmore, Emily Atag, Keith Lemon was just chilling with us and his wife and stuff. Someone who's a voice.
Oh, I'm thinking you're like in the slums, like doing like girls like me who are actually doing like acts and wow.
It was amazing, and the people that we met and
that must have been a pinch me moment.
Who came back this year and we were all having conversations. It was lovely. Like, it was just amazing. It really was dream come true.
That is such an amazing opportunity. It just shows you, doesn't it? Like things are just destined for you. Things are just mapped out, and we're just here to get in the car and the car drives you there. That's fantastic. I'm so jealous.
Well, it all happens when like you least expect it.
Yeah.
So like during that time, I was like, where am I going with makeup? What am I doing? And then it just happened like that.
Let's talk about that, because I used to have a salon. I was probably about your age, so I had a salon, and the makeup girls were my most flakiest of people.
Really?
Yeah, don't forget, so it wasn't very known then. It was then, but what would happen is, so would have the nail girl rented out, the beauticians, everything was rent, the 3 hairdressers, and I went through so many makeup girls. Yeah, and I was like, is it me? And I knew it wasn't me because it was never. But it was because it was so hard to build up a clientele for them. I would watch them and be like, have you got any tips on that?
Honestly, I've been through that a few times. I've had to build my clientele up probably about 3 or 4 times, from obviously lockdown, moving salons and etc. So I would honestly say your content, and it's like who you know. It's terrible really, because if you've moved to a new place and you want to become a makeup artist, it will probably be harder for you. But if you've got that content there, if you get models in, if you just say to people, come and model, and you do makeup on them and you're filming it, post it on TikTok, you can go viral like that, whether you've got no followers or 1,000, you know what I mean? But I would say content. I would say friends and family, get them involved, get them to model for you. And that's all I'd say.
No, but it's a good thing to say, because for me, how I've built my business up over the years, and I think sometimes people look at this now and think like I just like this was just given to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I used to sit till I'd finish work and I'd sit till 7 o'clock for a £4 eyebrow wax.
Wow.
And I couldn't, and sometimes they would cancel 5 minutes before and I've gone and opened the shop for £4. Like, it was building up them clientele and stuff. And when I'd see the makeup girls, so like now I would be like, well, you've got no one in, so get the content. Like, that is a good time. Get your mate in and film content, which is a good tip.
Yeah.
Because you've still got to pay the rent regardless, haven't you? So that's like, utilise it and get your content. Yeah.
And do you know what? Over time, you do become busy, because I'm at the stage now where I dreamt of being. I dreamt of being busy every weekend and fully booked, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I never used to have that. Say, like when I was 16, 17, I used to think, I can't wait to have inundated messages.
Yeah.
Now that's happening. But it's hard, isn't it? Because once you reach that, then you're thinking, what's next? But I'm learning to like...
Well, we know what's next, because your social media businesses will come next. But it is good. And I always, the main thing about this podcast was being real. Yeah. I was so sick of, in my industry, there's a massive thing of, let me show you how to make 10k a month. Let me show, and that's just not me. And I'm like, you'll make 10k a month, you'll spend 9,000 of it. So let me show you how to roll £100 profit, and then we'll talk, kind of thing. And I want to be real. And the guests that I am having on, we are all open and honest and saying, like, it's hard work. Yeah. If you want to switch your phone off at 5 o'clock, don't be self-employed. I know. If you want a weekend, don't be self-employed.
And it's like the hustle culture. I can't stand. Because I used to be in it. I used to be like, right, literally a week after leaving school, that's when I started working.
I mean, you started younger than me, which is crazy.
But I was just so passionate, and I had this vision. I was like, no one can stop me. But then you hit a wall, because you put on all your time. Because I used to work and train in O'Darling, and I live in Huyton. That's brutal. I used to get 3 trains in a bus, there and back every single day. Well, about 3 days a week until I started working there. And I just got to the point where I was like, I can't do this anymore. And that was the beginning of this year. So I've only just learned my lesson, if you know.
Where does that focus come at 16? Are your parents?
I think maybe I looked at my parents, because my parents were very young. My mum had 2 by the time she was 18, 19. So I've seen that, and I've seen kind of the avenue I don't want to go down.
Yeah,
If you
same
know
with
what I
me.
mean.
Yeah, my mum had me 18 days at 21 and I'm 33 and I've had kids.
Yeah, so
I mean, she's a businesswoman.
you
so.
see like struggles and you think, I don't want that. So I'm going to create something different, if you know what I mean. I'm going to work for myself. I'm not going to be stuck in an office, if you know what I mean.
So have you ever been employed?
Twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you find that?
The first time round was absolutely horrible. Absolutely hated it. The people were horrible. I used to work over the water. It was all men as well. So I was like, oh. And I was like 16, 17, very naive. But then I went to work for my boyfriend's mum and it was a children's workshop. And that's kind of where I delved into like the marketing. Because when I was over the water, I started a marketing qualification. And that's where it came. That's where that came from. Because I was obviously delving into content with makeup and I was like, I really enjoy like creating content, understanding the analytics and how to make that be seen, basically. So then I started my boyfriend's mum's shop and I was doing the website, serving customers, packing orders. I just loved it. My OCD was thriving, packing it perfect. And then meeting mums and like just the vibe of the salon, it was unbelievable. So that's where the content side started, but being employed just wasn't for me.
That's why I was
asking.
asking.
For me. It really wasn't for me because, say, like, if I wanted a day off, I'd have to ask. It just didn't work for me. And kind of like the pressure of like, oh, that went really well. Let's do it again and again and more and more. And I was just like, I was at 18, you know what I mean? I just want to be able
Give me
to
a break.
I
just want to do makeup.
Yeah, but I loved it at the same time. But I think I put that pressure on myself to like kind of get those results because I'm very like that. I'm very competitive.
I think that's why you and Alicia are mates then, because she's the same.
Yeah, and do you know what? Me and Alicia were like chalk and cheese. I'm now the chilled one.
Oh, okay.
And Alicia's like, you know what I mean? Because I used to be like erratic, basically.
Yeah. You need that though, you need them too. Yeah,
definitely. But that's where that started, and that's when Evolving Social started because I left being employed and started being self-employed full time. Because obviously I was doing makeup at the same time. Started Evolving Social, was doing social media management, content days, making websites, and like that, it just went like wild. Like it was unbelievable. It was too much too soon. Like I was so busy and I was working 7 days a week. I wasn't having a day off, and I was like, yeah, this is great. But then it got to a point I was like, I've got no life. Don't see my friends, don't see my family, not making time for myself. And then you just get to the point where you think, where's the balance? Yeah. And you start thinking, well, what is life?
I've gone quiet only because I found a balance about 2 years ago. I had it so good. I'd grafted for 5 years. I'd got there. I'd found balance. And now since this super build, my balance has gone again. And I was literally just thinking then like, because I work till burnout now. Like that, which is so toxic and so wrong. And I am not saying that. But I used to take Mondays off and now work on Monday. And I, like that. Like as you were just saying, then I was like, Nash, you need to get this under control again because I know the opposite side to it, and you cannot work at them levels because you only get 70% of me working anyway. I'm here, I'm just not present. I am present in the moment right now.
I am. Last week, maybe not.
That's it. But it is so true, and social media is so big for that. Like, I think it's 50 cents. He's like sleeps for the poor, and like that. And no, I bet he gets hours of sleep.
I remember a few years ago. I remember watching Elon Musk, and it said he would literally sleep. He'd have like hour intervals, so he'd sleep for an hour. Could be wrong. Sleep for an hour, then work, then sleep for another hour. I was looking at that thinking I should be doing that. Hey, I need to be working that hard if I want to get somewhere like Elon Musk. Because I think as you age as well, your idea of where you want to go changes. Like when I was 16, 17, 18, I always thought I'm going to be this big businesswoman. I'm going to make something of myself. I'm going to make other people think you can do it too. So cringy. But then now I just think I just want a lovely life.
Yes.
That is it. I can work. I can do what I want to do. But I'm also going to take care of myself and make sure I have a happy,
There's
peaceful
two
life.
ways of looking at it, and we are so lucky because we can make money online now, which is what we'll go into with your other businesses. But there is two ways of looking at it, because I heard something the other week, and it's changed my whole mindset, because it said an entrepreneur will think, how can I do that?
Yeah.
A CEO will think, who can I employ to do that? And I was like, you are not an entrepreneur anymore.
Yeah.
You want to be CEO.
Yeah.
You want people. And I was like, and when I say, because the entrepreneur, it is like, right now I'm so frustrated because I've got things in the back of my mind I want to start, and everyone's like, there's one of you, Ashley.
Yeah.
There's one of you. So there is that. But going onto social media and stuff, we can make money online now, which does mean that you can have that nice life at home and just have the laptop there. And so let's talk about your social media businesses, because there's two.
Yes, there's two. So Golden Socials, I started that maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Can't remember. And at first it was like social media management, content creation, web development. But I'm kind of sacking the social media management off because it's just too stressful. At one time, I think it was in like the first few months, I was managing like 7 different accounts.
And I know what one's like.
Oh God!
I've got a cheap Ella knows what one's like.
It's just it was unbelievable. And then, but obviously getting paid for it, and
it's good money as well, though, isn't it?
It's amazing money, but I didn't have time to do anything with it. If you know what I mean, so I wasn't enjoying the fruit.
What's the expectation of it as well?
A lot.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You could not have like a minute. If a client texts you, you have to answer it like that, because then if you didn't, and that's what I didn't like about it. At first, you kind of take what you can get. You give what.
Take what you can get.
Take what you can get. Whereas now, if I was doing it, I'd be able to choose.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, I'd pick who I wanted to work for, because you get to a point where people are asking so much of you, and you think, give off. You don't realise the work that gets put into this, if you know what I mean.
No, I know, and I didn't, to be honest with you, because I've just took over slightly, tiny bit of editing and stuff now, just because we need about a team of 9 for how many things I've got going on. But we're a team of 2, and now we're a team of 3 because my mum's home from Africa, so she's been coming in and helping us. But the edit, see me sitting in front of here, an hour, 2 hours. It takes 3 weeks to like actually get down to the adverts, the social media, this stuff. So I don't think people do realise how much time that takes. Even just to download, 2 hours to download.
Yeah, even like editing a reel, like what you might see is, oh, that's an amazing reel. It could have took like 2 hours to edit.
100%.
Especially if you're doing this kind of video where you've got the audio, then you've got to implement, then you've got to put it all down. So the voice and the sound is all I'm
laughing because I have no idea, but I know that she's like, yes, been doing it all morning.
And obviously, I imagine when you're doing that, you are a perfectionist, so you want it perfect. So then that stresses you out even more. But long story short, not doing social media management anymore. I do it for my cousin, might do it for like one person maybe, but it's not something I want to go down, and I'm very fortunate that I can choose not to go down that route, because I've got other routes. So obviously, I love the content days. Love going in, filming the treatments, editing it, putting like gorgeous sounds on it. Love it. And then the impact it can make. So other people say, I'm doing it for you, and you, with the aesthetics, you looked at that content and you were like, oh my God, that just, I love the way that you've captured my way. You've got in my brain, Yeah, and I love that, because I love getting in people's brains. Someone might say to me, I want it like this, this and this, and I'm like, I know exactly how you want it. Or
they say it and you think, you don't want it that way, let me do it this way. And then when they see it, they're like, how do you? Because that's what, I'm not creative. I mean, maybe I am a little bit, but I'm not as creative as you and Ellen anyway. But sometimes I will try and do like a video and stuff, and then I think, Ella just needs to do it because she just gets it. She just knows. And then I'm going to look, I'm like, how did you do that? It's like magic. It really is. I think these are just a bit more technical. But it is. It's honestly, you like, I was just, when you just said about you can pick and choose, I thought, how nice is that for a 21-year-old? Like, how nice. You've literally, and also what you've got, babe, which I promise you will, in the future, you'll remember to have said it, you've got things to fall on. Because these trades that you are picking up, and you've got them quiet months, because everyone has quiet months, you've got something to fall back on, which is fantastic. That at your age, I keep like feeling like I'm ageist, but at your age, that you've laid them foundations down, like, you're going to have a fantastic career. You really are. No, you really are. To have all this in place right now. Can you imagine? I'm sure you do, every night.
Do you know what I don't anymore? Because I've learned to stay in the present. I used to chase the future so much through, obviously Alicia spoke about the meditations and stuff, didn't she? I've just learned it through that. Because at the beginning of this year, I literally, no word of lie, had a breakdown. Because of over like this stressful situation, I thought to myself, why do I help people too much? Why do I give myself away too much? And it made me just think, something's got to change. I can't work all these hours anymore. I've got to have a life. I've got to focus on me and my health. You know what I mean? Started the meditations and the self-development, and it just changed my whole perspective. Like, I can just be present. I can just be like, right, what am I doing today?
Yeah, you're not chasing.
I'm not chasing this like dream.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. But obviously that begs the confusion of, well, what action am I going to do in the future? But I think it's
setting
just
goals and chasing those different, isn't it? Having the goal in place and knowing it's going to happen is different to obsessing over it every night.
Definitely.
Totally different things.
And it's like putting your faith in just the universe to be like, you've got all these plans in store, so I'm just ready for them. Yeah. I'm not trying to force anything. I know
you've planted all the seeds and you're just waiting for them to flourish.
Definitely. And I'm in the position now where I'm kind of like, I could make more money if I wanted to, but there's no point right now. I'm focusing on me. I don't need that. I don't really want that. So I'm just going to make sure.
How refreshing
to
it
be able to have that choice.
It is.
And I thought to myself, because I've had a few health problems and stuff going on recently, I thought to myself, how like fortunate am I that I get to like pick my hours? Because I wouldn't, if I was 9 to 5 in an office, I couldn't even imagine having to get up, do that. You're expected to do that, if you know what I mean? Whereas I get to pick, and my clients are so lovely. And if I needed, in the past few weeks, I've had to rearrange appointments, and he's been so understanding.
Like, they end up like family, don't they?
Oh, really honestly, they are. I say my clients, when my fella rings me and he's like, where are you? I'm just doing my mate's makeup. He's like, my clients, you know what I mean? And they go,
I love that. Yeah, I love that. No, that is so refreshing, and it's so nice to hear. And you are the absolute opposite of the hustle, but you've got it right, because you're hustling without even having to hustle. So you've got it so right, and I hope that so many young girls, and also girls my age as well, will listen, because I had another guest on, Lois, I don't know if you've watched it, She's Body and Soul. She had the same kind of vibe as you, where she was like, it is what it is. I don't set goals. I don't think it. And I walked away and I was like, I have it all wrong. Like I was like, because I am obsessive to a point where I am obsessive, you know, and I just thought to be an entrepreneur, that's what everyone's like. And as I'm sitting down with people, I'm like, you know what, Ashley, you could probably go and do some breath work yourself. Bit of meditation wouldn't hurt. Yeah, bit of meditation wouldn't hurt. But back to the content creating, because so do you go out to the people? Do they hire you? So you go out, so if I need you would come in here and you would set it all up and stuff like that. Then you don't do the social media manager, but it was web design as well.
Yeah, web development or like web design.
How did you learn how to do that?
I taught myself. To be honest, when I was working over the water, one of the bosses did like show me his website and like the back end of it, and I was like, whoa, what is this? All the coding and everything. I don't do coding, that's too hard, rather not.
Oh wow, that's like someone technical.
Yeah, I can't be bothered with that. But that's how I was introduced to it, from when I was working over the water, and then I just started creating them myself, and bit by bit I like learned how to do it and like design it, and like how to change all the fonts, the colours, everything, and just bring other people's vision to light. And when I realised how much a difference a really good website makes was when I was in my boyfriend's mum's shop, because she had a website there. She didn't have a clue how to do it. She had products on there from like years ago that weren't in stock anymore. All the pictures were all like different. They weren't like professionally taken. So when I went into, it was called Elsie's Closet. It's not open anymore, which is sad. But when I went in and redone the website, I'd done all the photography, the SEO, so like it's called search engine optimization, you probably know. When I'd done all that and like revamped it all, the difference it made was unbelievable. So then that's when I realised, like, wow, this can really help people.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what drives me, is helping people.
This week's episode is sponsored by Cosmetology with Elegance. Affordable skincare, high-end ingredients. We'll link the website below. Let's get back to the episode. So what I'd like to ask is, how important is it for a website and your social media? Because they're totally different. I was looking at my website the other day. My website is stunning. It's gorgeous. It cost me a fortune. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I was like, do people even look at this? Is it old school thing, or do people search websites?
Most people say, like for your website in particular, they probably find it on your Instagram. So say if someone's looking at you and they're thinking, what does Ashley offer? They would go on the website. I know I use websites a lot. Like if I see someone's website, whether it's clothes, aesthetics, anything, I will go on their website to see what they offer, if they've got any testimonials. Obviously that's on your Instagram anyway, but you can get more in depth on a website, if you know what I mean. And it makes a massive difference for e-commerce as well. So obviously, I'd say e-commerce 100% have a website.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh yeah, we have our Shopify for because I've got 3 businesses, haven't I? But the clinic's got a website, and then we've got Shopify has got a website for the skincare products. I do know that obviously they do, because you're buying off the website, but the clinic one, was thinking the other day, and I was like, I wonder if websites are like old school, but no, they're not.
No, I would say it's good to have one.
Yeah.
Because if people are looking for more information on you, because obviously you could write and actually talk about your experience.
Yeah.
And then obviously the testimonials, what you offer, maybe prices or a phone number, email to contact you if they want a consultation.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean? So I would say it is good to have one. It's not absolutely vital at first, but I think the more you progress,
that's what I was thinking.
It adds a bit of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Professionalism.
Yeah, professionalism.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Because I've got students obviously who come in here and they're in like the proper infants of their business and stuff, and I know how much a good website costs. Do you know what I mean? It took me, I had a website and then I got it this year or last year, I got like it fully done.
Yeah.
And I was like, is it essential if you have a shit hot Instagram? Is it essential to have a website? But in time,
In time, I'd definitely say yeah. At the beginning, I'd say save your costs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put it to better resources, if you know what I mean. But I'd say as you get more established, definitely I'd say
do the website. Yeah. And then this is my favourite question whenever I get anyone in for socials, anything like that. Facebook, is it dead?
No.
I can't stand it. I'm dying for someone to say yes.
But I don't like Facebook. I don't do work on Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm like Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, amazing.
Don't even
Facebook,
LinkedIn.
I can't understand it. I really can't understand it. Because when I first started, when I was a kid, you just do feel like your family, you know what I mean? You make little silly posts. And then years later, I'd say like in the past year, that's only when I've started going on Facebook, if you know what I mean. I don't understand it. Understand it, but videos and stuff do go viral. It's very like hot.
Oh man, I just can't. I'm just dying for someone to say yes, dead, and then I'm like, oh no, but they said it, so I'm going with them.
It's definitely worth posting.
LinkedIn's a funny one, isn't it? Because I'm getting more business savvy. People that are telling me that I have a page, I've never been on it, so like old picture on and stuff. But just in case you might know, I don't know whether you might know or not, but say for instance you've got your LinkedIn, and then you've got all yours, because you're like me, you've got different businesses, different assets. Do they have all their own page?
I would say you could do, but you could just put it underneath one, because you can create more connections with that one page, because obviously it's all with you. If they were all different businesses, mine, makeup, then social media, I would have different ones. Yeah. But if it's all kind of linked with
so like I've got like the podcast.
Yeah. I would say that I would say podcast would be a different
Do a
LinkedIn.
different one.
Yeah.
Skincare.
Yeah.
Yeah. So different ones.
Yeah.
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 Some more ones.
Yeah, different ones.
Just set them up.
Well,
You're looking for a job. Yeah, it's very hard, LinkedIn, but I'm at the minute looking for funding and investors, and that's apparently where it's at and where I've got to be at, and I'm not. So LinkedIn is another one that we are. But so Facebook's not dead. Get on LinkedIn once you get more business savvy. Now TikTok.
Love TikTok.
Love TikTok.
Love but hate it.
I love TikTok.
I love it to like post on and see it, but I hate it because it's too time consuming. Because if I look on TikTok, it's like an hour later, I'm like, oh God, I've been on TikTok for an hour.
They got it right, didn't they?
They really got it
They
right.
did.
So as a viewer, hate it, don't like it, I'd delete it. But as someone who could create content or help other people, absolutely love it.
Same.
It's unbelievable. Any video can just go viral like that.
I mean, them viral videos,
I know.
hard.
Hard. Really, do you think?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I do for a business page. Create a page, easier.
Yeah.
The two different pages. You know, for me, I have a TikTok shop.
I noticed
So
that.
it's for a creator, I think it's easier.
Yeah.
And then what we had boosted in the other day, she actually hasn't aged yet,
Yeah.
but boosted in, and what me and her were saying is, can we just take the views away? Let's just take them away. Why do we need them? I don't want to look at it. Because if I had an event last night, if 300 people turned up here, I've smashed it out the park. If I have a video that does 300 views, I'm like, what?
Just so disheartened.
What did I do wrong? It's horrible, and I find that to be quite toxic.
But then is that your perception?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like
Probably
that's a lot of
me
people's
ego as well.
perceptions. Yeah, so it's about ego and stuff. But I think when it comes to content, me and Alicia, that's why we started Social Sync. We want to like show people that doesn't matter how many views you get, this and that, if your intention is right with that post and you just love it, even if the one video got like a few less views, it doesn't really matter because it's more of the impact of who's watching, if that makes sense. So those 300 people, you could have 5 people that you didn't know watched that video booking, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So like me, for example, with TikTok, I had this one video and it didn't get many views, but then I had people booking in, and when they'd sat down in the chair, they went, oh, I seen your TikTok video. And I was like, sure, I'm getting clients from TikTok now, I need to go on it more. But I think, like with TikTok, like how everyone says, just keep posting. Yeah,
so I'm going to say this phrase. I don't know whether I said it on last week's episode, so if I do, I'm sorry to repeat myself, but I heard something and it said, if lottery tickets were free, then how many would you buy?
Wow.
Well, you'd buy them all. But one video could be a lottery ticket and they're free. Yeah. So just keep posting. Yeah. And I was like,
wow, that's changed my life. That is like a light bulb.
I know, isn't that so good? That is so refreshing, isn't it? Isn't that? I know.
Wow.
Because it's so true. It could literally, one video could change your life. So put the free. So just keep posting.
Wow, that's like my cousin really. So my cousin's a golfer and she's absolutely smashed it. But there was this one video that really got her on the map. And she ended up on literally probably every news thing that you could think of in America, here. And just from that video, I think she probably got like hundreds of thousands of followers. So it really is true. Yeah, it is. It is so true. And I do love, the game's the game, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And I love a little bit of that. Like I like a video to do well, and then I like you know, and sometimes, especially now, I had an experience a few weeks ago where I thought something was going to pull off and it never, kind of thing. And when I went home, I weren't disheartened because I was like, I'm glad, because I needed that back in my belly. I needed that because you can get complacent. Like I'm nearly 10 years in, you know what I mean? So everything I throw to the wall, I just think is going to stick because I think elegance has got that much of a brand name behind it now, and it's sort of never pulled off. And I was like, I know I'm going to be so successful because that didn't bother me. It was like, it's right. Well, let's pick at that. What is it? You know, that. So why didn't it? What can we do?
Yeah, what was it that you got wrong that one time? It's not even so much that it, you know, sort of went wrong. It was just something that I thought was going to like smash it, and it never. And I was like, it's right. I'm glad. It gave me something to think about that night. Yeah, it was good. So let's talk about now yours and Alicia's business, because I love this.
It was honestly, so me and Alicia were very like-minded. Alicia's very good at her social media, and obviously I've had my experience with social media. So we just had an idea, why don't we do a masterclass? And we were kind of like, what is it going to be about? And it just happened from there. Then we thought, oh, this could be the name. And then we thought, oh, we could do it about like the basics, do it like Instagram, how to understand that, and kind of give that vibe of, it doesn't have to be so, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I've got to get that post up there. Just teaching them how to like batch content.
100%, yeah.
Put like their intent into it, if you know what I mean. It's like quality over quantity. That's what we say. Like, you don't need to be posting every single day. If you're just doing it for the sake of it, there's no point. Rather take the time to create quality content and get that up there and post 3 times a week rather than 5. You know what I mean? But we started with our masterclass and it sold out straight away.
I know, congratulations.
It was unbelievable. It sold out straight away, and then we had 50 people on the wait list for the next one. And we were like, where did this come from? It's like a little bit.
It shows how much it's in demand.
Definitely.
You have found something.
Definitely.
That
it's
was
cost
in demand.
effective.
Yeah.
That brings other people together, because it's not just about like the teaching side, it's about creating a community for like-minded people. And as we know, when you start a business, clients become your friends more than your friends become a client. You know what I mean? So you kind of need that support from people who understand you and the battles of having your own business and the battles of social media. So we wanted to create a community just of people who can support each other, follow each other, like each other's stuff, question each other, and just create that connection. Like, there was hairdressers, there was someone who owned a sunbed shop. There was so many people who.
This was a question I wanted to ask: is it just for the beauty community? No, it's anyone. Okay, perfect. Because I'm glad we got that out, because I couldn't see whether it was or not. So it's anyone who's got social media.
Yeah, because it's not so much if you are doing makeup, this is how you're going to target your potential clients. It's kind of just, if you've got a business, this is how you can reach the people that you want to reach, if you know what I mean, in the right way. And if everything's subjective, people can take something that we've said another way to someone else, because obviously it's personal to their business, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, obviously because it's new, me and Alicia are now like, so what is it? We're like, we need to change our bio because it's different to what we intended it to be. We've got an online masterclass coming on the 4th.
Nice.
We've got other in-person masterclasses coming up, and different, not just the basics, talking about Instagram, then we're talking about TikTok, one about content, going into salons now, because salons are vast, going into salons now to train their staff how to create content.
Yeah,
People are asking for one-to-ones on their personal page, and me and Alicia are like, oh, this is like a whole business we just didn't expect.
Yeah.
But I think from what we teach people, it's about the intent. So our intent was just so pure, and we wanted to help people. We wanted to bring people together. And people know us. People know who we are as people. They know that we wouldn't just put something off just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
So that it all just blew up, basically.
I'm excited to see where it goes, because there definitely was a gap in the market for it, and I am excited to just see like how far it goes. Usually going to be like packed out hotels.
Love that. And do you know what's really funny? When we were doing when we were doing market research, there wasn't much I could find, especially in Liverpool. But since we've done a masterclass, we've seen so many other social media people announcing masterclasses, and we thought, oh my god, like, it just shows that other people, like, it was needed.
Yeah.
But instead of, when we first seen it, we were like, oh shit, like, we've got competition now. But then we just thought, more people are getting help. You know what I mean? We can't help everyone. So if other people start doing masterclasses for an affordable price and kind of offering what we're offering, it just, more people will get help, you know?
And I'm not a believer in it. I think if you focus on competition with other people, then I think that you're gonna get lost in that. So like, I'm not competitive, but I've admitted, especially in the early days, I muted everyone. I didn't block, I didn't unfollow or whatever. I wanted to support them that way. I just couldn't put my mind anywhere else. There's people now that have messaged and I'm like, shit, they're muted. Like from years ago, and it was nothing on them. It was, I know where I need to get. I physically cannot spend my time thinking about what offer you've got on, what you're doing, and I do think it is like the only competition you can have is with yourself.
Definitely. And that's what we think. It's like what we said to all the students, and we were just like, there's room for everyone.
Yeah.
This is why we wanted to create that community, because it's so competitive, and other people they see you doing well and they go, oh, you know what I mean? Whereas it doesn't have to be like that. You can support other people. If I'm fully booked, or if I can't take other people on and like seeing the sound cards, I'll recommend people in the shop. Yeah. If you know what I mean? Whereas having that masterclass, you realise that people aren't like that, if you know what I mean. But the people that we've attracted for the masterclass, they're just like, we needed this. Yeah. We absolutely love this, and we're all going to support each other. If someone needs a hairstylist, I'll send them to, say, like Jack, who come, if you know what I mean. I forgot to mention Jack. So, after our masterclass, about 3 days after, one of our students who came, Jack, his name is, he posted a video and it got 2 million views.
No!
And he said, I obviously listened to what you said, and I thought about the content, I thought about the intent, thought about the education behind it, and just put it out there.
Wow. What does he do?
He's a hairstylist. He's a hair specialist, shall I say. Like, he pulls hair.
I love that. Specialist. Yeah. Well done, Jack.
Well done, Jack.
Yes,
that's amazing for us, because we're going to go, well,
the proof's in the pudding.
The proof's in the pudding. Obviously not guaranteeing everyone's going to get that result, but it just shows that, like, if you've got the intent, if
you are right, you're 100% with the intent. It is definitely something people should look at, because I got stuck in these post 3 times a day, post 3 times a day. Everyone was telling me on TikTok to post 3 times a day. I physically cannot do it. I think we worked it out, it was something like 40 something a day, like through the week. And then what was happening is, I haven't posted today. Hi guys, don't have anything to post, so just gonna, you know what I mean? Like, and we're now, I have structure with my posting, so I post once a day, because the schedules, the plans, we post once a day, but one will be an educational post, which means it's going to follow from a shoppable post. One will be, you know, like, there's more of a structure and more of like an intent, and like, what do I want to put out? Because my mum used to say to me, Ashley, you just need to like dance and be jokey, because that's what goes viral. And I was like, well, I don't want to be known for that. I'm a professional before anything, you know, like take all the content away. I'm injecting. So I want to be professional. If something goes viral, I want it to stand for what I'm doing, not just me dancing. You know, so it's so true what you're saying. It is.
And I love that you've got that down to a T. You won't just do something because everyone else is doing it. And I think that's important as well. Finding out who you are, what you stand for, like your morals, your ethos, you know what I mean? And creating content that fits in with you. Your personality, not just doing something because someone else has done it. It's just finding out, So I find, we always just say that, find who you are as what you are as a business, and then create content from that, because you just want it to be authentically you, because people can see it.
They do, because you want someone to look at the page, you know, that's elegance. You see, I've got all the different pages, but they're all different. TikTok's a little bit more light-hearted, it's a little bit more. Instagram is so aesthetically pleasing. It's absolutely fabulous. There's but you can look and see that my brand is all over every different platform, just in different ways. What are we doing with YouTube? Are we YouTubing?
I'm not YouTubing.
No,
but I think you should. Do you YouTube?
Yeah, this is YouTube. This is YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah, because your era was all the makeup girls on the YouTube tutorials, wasn't it?
Oh my god, I used to love it. But I think because TikTok is so big now, people are so used to the short form content, but people are really missing long form content. So I think now it's a really good time to really get into YouTube.
I love YouTube because I think YouTube is very user friendly. I think there's room for error on YouTube. You can fall over on a video and you've smashed it on YouTube, and I like that about YouTube. It's why I've chose to put the podcast on that platform. We haven't moved on to other platforms yet. We were solely focusing on that because we are so new and we are a little bit rustic and rust. What's the way? It's like exactly like this exact what I've just said. But so I've chose YouTube, but I finding subscribers wow, it's hard.
Yeah.
It is the hardest thing to build up.
Yeah, people just watch.
And I know myself, it takes a lot for me to subscribe to a YouTube
I
channel.
don't think I've ever subscribed to
No, because you've got to log in, you've got to do the Google thing.
Yeah.
Well, you have to subscribe to this one now.
I will. I promise. I actually will.
Yeah.
I promise. I will. You'll be the
I'm
first
like,
person.
I love that. Yeah, I love that. So have we got, I know you're saying that you don't make plans.
Yeah.
But eventually, one is going to take over the other in a certain way, the makeup, the thing, But is it going to be like, because what I've had to do is I've had to season things.
Yeah.
So right now, cosmetology with elegance, the skincare, smashing it on TikTok.
Yeah.
So it's just having its season.
Yeah.
Where the training's gone a little bit down because it's not their season. So January, new start, new career, I'm going to season it. So do you think it will be something on the lines of that? Don't know.
Who knows? I think I'm so early into like this journey of this new journey, if you will. I don't know yet, but I'm excited to see. Yeah. And I'm just trusting in the process. I'm trying not to get too caught up in it.
Yeah. I'm so jealous that you can do that. I'm really jealous. I need this person's number that you all go to.
We'll send you.
Yeah, I know.
But I think it's just lovely. It's like a breath of fresh air. Because I think since being 16, I was go. So now I'm finally in a place where I can sit back. Yeah. Like, I can come and do this. Beginning of this year, I wouldn't have been because I wouldn't give myself the time. Yeah. I'd have been like, no, gotta do this, gotta do that.
Gotta make money. Yeah.
You gotta make that dollar. But you can do it with balance.
Yeah, you can.
Know what I mean? So I'm still in that process.
Let's talk about your balance then. So take away work, work away for it. What do you do for enjoyment? Do you have weekends off or no because of makeup?
I have a Sunday off.
Yes, same.
Yeah, Sunday, Monday.
Talk to me about your Sundays. What are you doing?
Sundays, I usually spend it with my boyfriend. We can go for a walk, we can go for food, go to pictures. I'm not a big drinker anyway, so I'm usually fresh on Sunday anyway. Might catch up on sleep. Yeah. Have a little lie in. Yeah. Mondays, well, I say on Mondays off, but I see Alicia and we usually have a little business.
It's an admin,
Yeah, a little admin day. Yeah. Nice and breezy and easy. My downtime, I love yoga, Pilates, reading, journaling, meditating.
Talk to me about what book you're reading right now.
So I'm
the biggest bookworm.
What am I reading now? I've just started Inmates.
Okay.
Have you read Colleen Hoover?
Yes.
That's on holiday. So very similar. Have you read Verity?
No, she is very new of type of style of book that I would ever read, but on holiday I needed an easy read. I didn't want it to be educational, so I went with the It's Me or it was Us or the two of them. So I've got them. Yeah, so I've got them too, and then I'm like, because I know she's got so many other ones, hasn't she?
Well, you've got to read Verity. Okay. I started it one night.
Send me the link.
Oh girl. I'll do it. It's unbelievable. I was hooked. So I started it at like maybe 8 o'clock at night. Just go to sleep. No, I was up till 4 in the morning. Gave myself a migraine because I was like, I just needed to know what happened, and it was unreal. Yeah. It's kind of like spooky.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like spooky and suspenseful, if you know what I mean. And this new Inmates one, it's not by Colleen Hoover, I don't know who the writer is, but it's very similar to that. So I can't wait to read it. Might be another recommendation.
Yeah, let me know. I am an absolute bookworm. In fact, me and my boyfriend, obviously we live together, and we have got totally different nighttime routines. So he has to sleep with the telly on, which winds. But it was the only compromise that I actually had to make, because he had to make a lot of compromises, because I was like OCD and whatever. So it was the only one that I couldn't get past, because we tried it and he physically couldn't sleep. He would be tossing and turning. So it would be selfish of me, and I would not have a telly in the bedroom. I just wouldn't have one. I don't need one. I just don't need one. There's no reason for me to have a telly in the bedroom. I am just a bookworm.
Love that.
Yeah.
I like self-help books as well. Yeah. My memory's shocking, so I can't remember.
Yeah, no, it's because I put it on the spot. But The Power of Now is one, isn't there? And obviously The Secrets, they're the ones that I'll go to. I've moved over to Now a little bit because I've read The Philosophy of Money. Yeah. I think it's something on the lines of that. And then Rich Dad Poor Dad is such a good book. Yeah. It is such a good
Every
one.
time you read over that, it's got a different meaning.
I know. Yeah.
It's like the mindset that you're in. So you could read it, could have read it a few years ago, but you're in a different mindset.
Yeah.
That's when you read it then you think,
Yeah, totally. And you know what's a good book that I always recommend, which it will throw you off because you'll be like, what? It's weird. But there is, so 50 Cent has obviously got Get Rich, Die Trying, whatever, but Curtis Jackson has wrote one, I don't know what it's called, who is 50 Cent, but 50% is his persona. Curtis Jackson is the businessman behind all of his, honestly blew my mind. I have read it and listened to audiobook about 5 times. Ross comes in and goes, you cannot be listening to this again, because he is so good at business. Like, he says that he doesn't drink. But he will buy like a bottle of champagne, pass it round, and then his security guard goes and fills it with ginger ale. And he will be, because he has 50% has to drink. Curtis Jackson's got to get up because he's got a meeting at 5 a.m. and he wants to go to the gym. Honestly, it's so good. It's such a good book.
That sounds so good.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. I will. I'll send you the link. So, I like to just ask some few little questions. I feel like I could answer this just sitting down with you for an hour and stuff, but what's a personal strength you think you've got?
Oh, a personal strength. I would say the empathy I have for people.
I like that.
Because I feel like that brings so many other traits, like patience, understanding, like getting to know people, kindness, if you know what I mean. But I would say the empathy I have for people.
It's such a good strength.
Yeah.
Because you can read a room as well.
Yeah, and say we're having a conversation, I can, like when we sat down, I just said, you're just such a lovely person. Like the energy that you give off, I think that's like a strength, if you know what I mean. But maybe like the empathy I have.
No, that's a perfect one. That's a good one. What's a weakness?
Weakness I have for people, for myself, I'm trusting people too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's because you've got empathy.
Yeah.
So totally makes sense.
And trusting people too much, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you can meet people and you don't trust your intuition. So then you kind of give. And then you think, got nothing to give anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd say that's my biggest weakness.
Yeah. But it's because of your strength.
Yeah.
Oh, I've just really enjoyed that when you're on. You are like, honestly, I think I say it every week, but you are a breath of fresh air. You really are. I'm so glad that I've met you. You're such a lovely girl. Yeah, you are such a lovely girl. Have we plugged everything? Is there anything else you need?
No.
Right, so I started this tradition at the end of the pod, and then it's kind of stopped doing it because it was getting a bit repetitive.
Yeah.
But my mum, no one else, I was going to say the viewers have asked, but my mum has asked me to bring it back on. So I'm just going to see if it works or not, but you can ask me any question now. You can relay a question back to me, and you can ask me a question.
Okay, great. Put me on the spot. Let me have a think. A good question for you would be, what is one situation that you learned the most from?
Wow, you've gone deep.
That you learned the most from, that you think, oh, thank God that.
Business or personal? Or doesn't matter?
Either.
Okay, you ready for this then? It's funny because I already know it. So when I was 19, I think, and when I was in my 20s, I've lost 2 babies. So it was, I've never realised how strong I was until I had to go through that. Like that saying of, you know your own strength when you have to be strong. So that was the biggest thing that I've ever gone through, where now nothing even touched the sides. Like no one can hate me the way that hate me. No one can. This could all fall tomorrow. If I survive that, then I've survived. You know, like kind of thing. But also what it taught me that you have to deal with things. Because it is back up when you don't need it to. So I was so young that I remember I went down and was like, we're all going to cry and then we're never going to speak about it ever again. Like the crying was on a timer. Like it was like, let's just deal with that. And later on in life, when I was so happy, everything was going right for me. I'd met my boyfriend and everything was just perfect as out of the house. It's back up again. So I think the two things, I know how strong I am because I had to be strong, but also if I could go back, I'd have dealt with it totally different. I'd have done a bit of therapy.
Wow, that's amazing. And it teaches you so much, because then you think, well, if something else happens, it could create some form of trauma, then you know.
I know,
I've
yeah.
got to deal with
I know
it.
how not to deal with
Yeah,
it.
and it just shows how strong you are. So thank you for being so open with that.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, thank you for coming on the pod because I
Thank
have
you for
fully
that.
enjoyed it. I feel like I'm going to be like an absolute stalker now because I'm like, I want to hang out with this girl.
We can hang around.
No, you've got just such a nice little calm and aura about you, and I've just loved sitting with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.